What's up, guys? Um, it's Garage Goons. Just another. I told you guys I might do a vlog type series going up to my fight. It's April 30th. My fight is May 31st, so it's basically exactly 1 month away. And I'm gonna get into some of the just emotions of the fight game. It is at least for me, a roller coaster. I'm confident in my abilities. I know what I can do, and I know what I have done. I know the experience I have. I know what my students have told me they've got from me, and I know what my peers have said about me and and what they think of me. And but that doesn't always necessarily mean that you view yourself in that way um, all the time. And um, it's a struggle, because you don't want to be egotistical, but you don't want to have self doubt. Um, Today was a hard day, man. Um, we brought in one of my old training partners from years and years ago who's just an absolute savage to give me rounds, to give me looks, to spar with me. And we did 10 rounds today of sparring straight, 45-second break in between, and 2.5 minute rounds. My fight is 2 3 minute rounds with 1 minute breaks in between. And I felt good for about 5 rounds. And then after that, I faded. And then the last 5 rounds of class, I just proceeded to get basically just beat up. I feel like from everybody I was working with, new guys, guys that work with me, guys that I train, guys that normally I have no problem dealing with. But just mentally going into the gym today, I felt good. Like I felt like, okay, cool, this is my sanctuary. It's going to be a great day. We're going to get some good sparring, hard sparring rounds in. And I just had a day where I felt like after like 3 4 rounds, definitely by the fifth round, I just couldn't get anything to work. Felt stuck in neutral. And not gonna lie, man, I had a moment in the bathroom after class, um, just where I got a little emotional because of how frustrated I was with myself and my own performance. And you know, people that know me really well have told me that they think that I can be really hard on myself, but I just am not a believer in excuses or allowing circumstances to dictate your outcomes. Like life is never going to be fair, and there's always somebody that's going to be working harder than you or is more gifted than you or whatever. And the only thing you can control is your effort and your passion and your dedication to doing the hard things that will make you better. And I was gonna film earlier, but I still was a little bit in my feelings, and now I can sit back and get emotional and or not get emotional. And after class, my coach and then my sparring partner, who I really respect, who we trained like shit, like almost a decade ago, and like I said, he was always a beast. Were giving me really good advice at the end, but I just wasn't in a mental space to be able to absorb any of it. Because I was looking for like prescriptive things, like, okay, when this happens, you should do this, or I notice that you do this when I do that. And so little things that I could take away or work on, that's what I was looking for. But I got really big, like macro things, like, you know, uh, you know, stuff that had to do with like pace and when I decide to go and all this other stuff and just more big ideas, if that makes any sense, rather than like I'm just looking for like, oh, you drop your hand when you jab or something like that. That's what I was looking for, but I got like these big, more, like I said, macro ideas, and that's not what I was trying to hear, and I was already in my feelings. So even if they gave me exactly what I wanted, the type of advice I wanted, I don't think it probably would have, it wouldn't have resonated or stuck the way it should have. Um, and it's just been a tough week in general of training. I just feel like haven't had too many great days where I came in feeling great and left feeling great. I've been really pushing myself, really trying to surround myself with the best people, the best fighters I can. We have some monsters at our gym, and then all of us, including myself, from my MMA days, and Danny with his Muay Thai stuff. We all have good relations, so we have no problems getting fighters in there to come and push me, But yeah, it's just been a lot. Um, I took work off today because I had this like weird rash thing that I had to get a biopsy done, which is where they basically cut a chunk out of your skin and they analyze it. So that's how my morning started. So they just ripped off a piece of my pec, like the skin that goes over my left pec, and so they can turn it in and look at it. But the good news is it's not ringworm. It's not like, um, you know, anything that's like viral or fungal or contagious or anything that's going to like impact my ability to fight. I mean, it just sometimes it burns sometimes, but that's about it, and that's just all pain that I can compartmentalize. But um, it was just a tough day today, and we're a month out. I have time to work, but you know, moments now feel so much bigger than they did. Knowing that my fight's a month away, and knowing that my opponent is definitely working hard as well. Um, and I don't know what he's doing, and I'm sure he's doing everything in his power to win, and I feel like I'm doing the same. So sometimes I just get frustrated because I'm so desperate to be better than I am. And improvement in fighting, and actually in life for me, generally speaking, like has not been linear. Like there's been breakthrough moments. It's been like plateau, 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 breakthrough, plateau, 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 breakthrough, regression, big breakthrough, regression, 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 build back up, get to back to where I was, and then another breakthrough. So I wish it was just like a steady line. Like I I train this amount of hours, I run this amount of miles, I lift this amount of weights, I eat this kind of food, I sleep this amount, whatever. Therefore, I'm this percentage better, and it's like an equation, but that's not life. It's definitely not fighting, and it's definitely not training. So it was just a frustrating day today, but I just have to trust in the fact that the one thing that I've prided myself on my whole life is that I've been persistent. I'm really persistent. I'm a fucking cockroach. I'm hard to kill. I'm near impossible to demotivate. And in these moments, I feel like I'm my own biggest critic, and I ask for criticism even when, um, you know, maybe I'm not even ready to hear it yet. So I'm always trying to get better, and I'm trying to compartmentalize myself and my skill set and the things that I'm going through mentally. But I just reset my train of thought to everything needs to peak now and get better now, and then we can just smoothly go into the fight to this is the beginning. This is the beginning um, of fight camp. I got 4 weeks to get better. I got 4 weeks to make weight. I got 4 weeks to implement the things that I want to do, and I have 4 weeks to get into my groove and do what I do and be violent the way I like to be violent, the way that I'm most effective. So yeah, man, ebbs and flows. It's been a lot of bad days very recently. It's been a tough week, but Mike Tyson said it. Do the things you hate like you love it. That's dedication. And I'd be lying if I said I love every aspect of fighting. I'd be lying if I said I love every aspect of Muay Thai or every aspect of MMA or every aspect of boxing. So there's I love fighting. I'm so in love with the sport and the culture, but you know, I have days where I just don't feel like doing it, but I do it anyways. And then I have days where I feel like doing it, and even if I feel like doing it, and you know, I feel like I want to get something out of it right away. I want that instant gratification, and I just have to remind myself like that's not how it works, man. You're gonna get better. You got to put in the work. Um, you got to give yourself grace, but you also got to be honest with yourself. Don't get cocky. Don't get arrogant, and then also don't look at yourself like a piece of shit, because the reality is you should be training with people that are monsters. You should be training with people that can on any given day can kick your ass. And the days that you figure something out, or the days that it's your time, um, it's going to feel that much better. So um, that's what I'm going through right now. So we have 1 month left. I'm gonna stick to everything I'm doing, and even ramping it up even more. And and it's going to pay off. It's going to work out. Um, so that's where I'm at with it. Ebbs and flows, man. Ebbs and fucking flows. Thanks for watching the most trash show on YouTube, Garage Goons. All right, we're out of here, man. Bow. And